This week on Induction Noise. Our guest tonight has a pretty interesting job.
So that was my gig. I was standing on top of this truck, surfing it down and steering it by throwing hand grenades.
Turns out Andre is a massive wuss.
And also I will barf because I get motion sickness.
Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome back to another interesting episode of Induction Noise. It's our first one of 2026. Yay. Happy New Year!
Yo! Happy New Year!
And with me, as always, is our tall man, Neil.
Hello.
The child, Niku.
How's it?
The old bully. Andre.
It is I.
It is you. And we have a very special guest today. Reon is here. And I don't really know how to introduce you because you've got such a huge variety of stuff that you do and that you're involved in. We'll get to that later on in the show. But he's brought us some of the coolest looking merch we've seen in a very long time. It comes in a fancy box and everything with cool stamps and branding.
Cooler shirts.
These are really cool, so we'll get to these as well. But you are essentially a big car fan, a bike fan, a stunt man, an entrepreneur. Anything I'm leaving out here?
Producer.
And a producer. Yes.
This is. Hey, what's up, everyone?
A human, a lover, and a friend.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. You guys are sitting a bit close there.
Essentially, I'm going to learn what you drive when he's now on 3 legs.
I'm sensing alpha vibes here. Hey guys, just a quick note from me. I've been checking out our analytics, and it turns out that 83% of our regular listeners and watchers on YouTube are not subscribed to any of our channels or are not following us on the audio platforms. So please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, follow, all of those good things, because it really makes a massive difference to how well the podcast performs and how well the YouTube channel performs. It's completely free. Takes you a second, so please hit that subscribe button really hard. The other thing I want to mention is that a couple of you have been ordering Reon motor oil from our website. Thank you very much for that. It helps support what we do. If you haven't yet checked them out, go to www.inductionnoise.co.za, click on the shop menu option, and then on Reon motor oils. Their products are insane. We've been running them in our entire fleet, and we would not look back. So yeah, go check them out. We'll try and organize a discount code for you guys in the description box below.
Yeah. So welcome here.
Thank you so much,
you're
guys.
You're actually way more of a professional than we are. So you're kind of supposed to tell us what to do. Yeah, I think. At this point.
It's like, when last have you dealt with something this amateurish in your life, basically? Like, you know,
we shoot a lot of concepts and short forms, so we have to deal with sneaking into locations and stuff like this. We still do it, and it's a lot of fun. So I like this stuff.
Lekker.
Yeah, and it's not by any means amateur. This is actually really pro stuff. Thank you, Mr. Q.
I would say, yeah, pretty good.
It's the human setup.
It's enough, you know. It does what we need it to do. We've gone for the lightweight loadout today.
Yes.
So I want to get into what you do, because I think we've got a short show and you've got a hell of a CV. So probably the thing that everyone wants to talk about is your T-shirt, because believe it or not, our Pokey Motoring show has attracted the attention of a genuine Fast and Furious stuntman.
Hey.
So you have worked on Fast and Furious 9, driving Chargers and Supras and doing crazy stuff.
That is cool.
What was that like? I mean, getting the call to say, "Hey, do you want to do Fast and Furious?"
Yeah, it was actually quite crazy. So it started. We were working on a film called Bloodshot with Vin Diesel.
Oh.
So I was on the stunt team there and got to work with the coordinator and also Vin. And we built up a nice rapport. This is how the industry works. If you're,
I noticed he's on the first name basis here. Yeah, I was chatting to Vin, man. He was just like my brother.
It was quite crazy. We were shooting our first, so we did Bloodshot, and then a few months later, we did our first action concept. So this is after we started our little production company, and we started making our own scripts and working with directors and writers and doing our own thing, which was a ton of work to be the showrunner of a little project, but still to be in charge of everything. This was new to me. And then I remember telling my girlfriend, we just finished the shoot and we were going into post-production, into editing and all that. And I told her, like, okay, cool, now I'm taking off for a few months and just hanging out. And the next morning, I got a call at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was the international coordinator, and he told me that, dude, you're shaving your head, and in 2 days' time, you're going to Tbilisi. And
You shaved your head, so you were Vin.
Yes. Yes, I got the opportunity to double for Vin Diesel on Fast and Furious 9.
That is very cool.
I was called.
Title of Vin Diesel.
I was only part of the climax sequence on Fast and Furious 9, but I mean, it was a.
I mean, the climax sequences on those movies are a production on their own.
Oh, totally. My job was basically to.
Oh wait, that's
to be
the highlight of the movie, not the bedroom scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
You're thinking of a different kind of production.
That's a different climax.
Different FF9, you know?
That's quick 9. Quick in and out, basically.
You're on
Different
Fast and
platform.
Furious 69.
So my job was I was hired as the so he's got a few stunt doubles, and I was just lucky enough in the right
Always
place
good
and
to
the
have
right time.
backups if one dies.
I actually the one stunt performer, UK based, he got injured doing this specific stunt. It was the scene where he's basically surfing the big truck upside down a hill of mountains. So that was my gig. I was standing on top of this truck, surfing it down and steering it by throwing hand grenades. So not the hand grenade, bomb! And yeah, we did it practically.
So to all the naysayers who say that these movies are like so far-fetched, he did it.
For real.
We've had some decent drivers on the show, but it's the first time that we have somebody who can drive a truck from
With
the
hand
roof
grenades.
by hand grenade. That is yes. I don't think we're going to top that.
Man, every job is so different when you do action and stunts, and
That's so
I would
cool.
never thought that I would be able to do that. And yeah, just to step in the shoes of Vin Diesel,
So cool, man.
of Dom Toretto, not Vin. It was Dom Toretto. It was quite crazy.
So you're part of the family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Family.
You get invited for the
Well,
chicken barbecue and all of that
Yes.
stuff. Nice.
For me, the part I'd like to get to because of my race car is the Supra. You mentioned the Supra.
Yes.
So
The orange
driving
one.
wise, what did you do, or how did that work?
So I was the physical performer.
Okay.
And in that sequence, they didn't. Vin wasn't, or Dom wasn't driving the Supra. It was his brother, who was played by, I think, John Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I unfortunately didn't drive it on screen.
Okay.
But I'm always friends with the action vehicle guys, and they gave it to me for a few moments to drive in Tbilisi, only up and down, but I had to just go in it, and yeah, same with the Charger as well.
That's so
in
cool.
the film, I think the Charger is mid-engined.
Yeah.
Yes, and it had big electromagnets because like we press a button and we would drive, and like washing machines and cars and little bikes would like come flying at us.
Stick to it.
It would actually so we were in the chase sequence and we were front, and there was a car chasing us, And so I would press the button for the magnet, and then it would miss me, but like hit the other cars like behind me. It was actually a pretty cool sequence.
That is cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's Fast and Furious 9.
Yeah.
But yeah, still pretty stoked that I...
That is so cool.
But the concept of Dominic Toretto was Vin Diesel. He wrote Fast and Furious, right? I mean, he was one of the first writers or producers. I mean, it's more or less based on his sort of vision, or what is it now? Is there like is he purely just an actor in it? But he's got a producer sort of role in it as well, right?
Yes, 100%. So as far as I'm aware, in the beginning, he was as you can say, just an actor, and then he got into it. So yeah,
After the success of the first one, it kind of...
Yeah, so he's not a showrunner, but he's pretty high up in regards with any creative decisions that's being made. But this is only from, I think, 5 or 6 and up. Before that, it had a different showrunner, and I know Justin Lin, I might be wrong, but I think he also exited the franchise. So yeah, I know Vin is very involved. He's a creative behind the scene.
Okay.
So how much stunt driving do you do versus action stunts where you're jumping onto things and surfing trucks and shit like that?
So I started my career off being a stunt double. It was a military series called Strike Back. It was a lot of fun. I'm from Knysna, so I haven't seen a gun in my life before that. And now I'm the lead stunt double on a military show where I was supposed to show the actor how to take a gun apart, put it back, be tactical, all these things. So I had to learn really, really fast. And that's where my journey began. Like, I think my favorite thing is to learn new skills. Yeah. So as a stunt double, I had to learn a whole bunch of things, because now my actor is jumping in an Audi A6 and there's a chase sequence.
Yeah.
And so I'm the double, so they can either hire another precision driver, or they can just get me because I'm already on the payroll. So I just, in the beginning, I was not the best driver. I only learned how to drive when I was 22, because again, from Knysna, I had a bicycle my whole life. I never needed a car. It was expensive. So I had to learn how to drive really fast. I had to learn how to operate weapons and jump off things and like all these things. I've got a background of martial arts, gymnastics, and the basic stunt stuff. But like,
and that's obviously kind of where the stunt thing. You were a natural with that kind of rolling and jumping off things.
I was about like six years old. I knew I was going to do stunts. Like that was my goal. It was mostly physical stuff and fighting and jumping and this kind of thing. But throughout my career, I learned how to be a better driver, and then I got a lot more driving gigs. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
But I think something that's quite interesting as well is in terms of a career path and the fact that you like learning new things all the time, is the fact that you're always doing stuff that's never been done before. Yeah. Because I mean, it's not like you can go on YouTube and find a video on how to surf a truck and steer it with hand grenades.
Yes.
That's something that you kind of have to make up on the fly.
Yes.
How much of that process is, let's just wing it and see if it works? How much precision goes into the planning of that? Do those guys know exactly what speed that truck's going to get up to? They know exactly what course it's going to take down the mountain? Or is it kind of let's just shove it and hope the guy makes it to the end kind of?
Yeah, you kind of like, I mean, if it was all, safe, there wouldn't be need for stunt doubles, I guess, right? So
would just be a driver.
So it's, it's like, how do you, how much planning? I mean, how much, do you do any preparation training for specific things depending on what it is, or?
So this is depending on what production you work with. I work in two worlds currently. So I work on the, you can say the American side of things, and then also in the Bollywood side of things.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
I imagine there's less regulation in terms of health and safety.
I've seen it very much so.
I don't know if this guy's going to make it, but it looks good on television.
I've seen a Bollywood movie where they cut a guy's throat with a banana, so I mean, it's pretty badass,
Yes.
So there's some of those movies that are like pretty hardcore anyway.
So for the last, since 2016, the Bollywood industry has been outsourcing their action teams from all around the world.
Interesting.
So recently I worked on a Bollywood film, and it's actually the biggest budget movie ever made. It's quite
Wow.
crazy.
Wow.
In India or ever?
Ever.
Jeez.
Yeah. We're talking big budget. And I worked with the same team, funny enough, that I worked with on Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
So they outsource.
No expenses
all of-
spared, kind of the best of the best.
Totally. It's crazy what they actually spend their money on.
But
and what
movies
they
in
don't.
India is a big deal.
Yeah,
right?
Bollywood is huge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big part of the culture.
Yeah.
And I've been working on Bollywoods for the last, I would say mostly for the last 5 to 6 years.
That's cool.
Working on a Bollywood is like working on a Fast and Furious every time. The action,
Everyone
the
does a
action
dancing
is
song at the end,
crazy. and we get to tour the world. We start in Mumbai usually. Usually it's UAE, and then it's UK, and then it's Italy. And man, my last job was driving Alfa Romeo Giulietta 1965 in Tuscany.
Oh, there we go.
That was me, dude. That was they flew me there for a
Such a tough job, man.
little bit over a month, and we were shooting in the Colosseum and in the winelands in Tuscany.
That's
And
mad.
it was my job just to drive a vintage Alfa.
Do you take applications?
Yeah.
Where do I say
Where do I sign up? How do I become an assistant in this racket?
So
Are there any short, fat guys in Fast and Furious that need a body double?
Peter Griffin, that is a need of that stunt double, unfortunately. It's all anime, but I'm sure they'll be
that's
like
the
a real
beautiful
life.
thing about a stunt double is you get like older gentlemen that needs doubling and short and like whatever. So
No, there's something for everyone.
exactly.
If you need somebody with a dad bod, I've got your number.
Man, I have worn suits to make me, and I've also I doubled Bill Skarsgård in
No,
the
that's
last
just body
4
shaming,
5
man. You're
years.
stealing my jobs doing that.
So I have to lose weight. I have to pick up weight depending on what it is that I want to do.
Okay.
If there's a certain actor that's got a body shape, then I can just like change my body and I can do that if it's a goal. If I want to.
It's actually insane that you are able to. I mean, that's kind of where the discipline comes in. I mean, we've checked Neil literally lose 30 kilos or something in a year.
Close to that. 25.
It's probably the worst
I
fight
mean-
he's had with his wife.
Yeah, but I mean, the discipline just to do that. Now, I mean, you have to build muscle, lose muscle. That's freaking hard work.
Depends what your motivation is.
Also.
To work on the best like car movies, like I would do a lot of things
Yeah.
to get that job. You know? So
100%. No, that's.
I'm curious. Why were you like unhealthy or?
Well, it was driven by trying to get back into the kart because I mean we do some racing. So you go through this phase where you start like as anyone in your mid-20s you start realizing your metabolism changes, and I realized like you fit in high school and then you start getting in motor racing and you realize like you're 1.5 2 seconds off, but you're 25 kilos over class weight, and it's all in your body, and people are telling you like buy a new go-kart or do new this, but in the end, you can probably just drop the weight. And I mean, we went out once, and I think I gained almost a second just by after I dropped 10 kilograms on a karting track, and I gained a second without even being in the kart for a couple of months.
And a second in the cart is a lifetime.
It's a lot of time. Yeah. So that's what kind of like motivated it. But I need to get back in the kart now, like so. It's to see what the final form will do, basically.
Do you have like an
'cause I
XL
think-
cart? Do you have like a slightly bigger cart than normal?
It's just a bit of a slack sort of position. Yeah, there is no in karting. I mean, there's no specific, different sizes, but you can adjust the pedals, the steering, where you sit.
But he's pretty much on the limit of
Okay.
who can fit into
driving
the
with my
cars.
knees, basically.
Yeah, I saw him jump in the 458, and it's a fit.
Yes.
It's a fit.
Yeah.
So just.
Yes. Yeah, just about. So that's what I said to you. Like whenever I drive, climb on any car, it's like, do I fit in this? That's the first criteria.
So funny enough, in the Alpha 4C, he can get into the driver's seat, but he can't fit into the passenger.
Yes, that's actually was a really nice
He's up
revelation.
against the dashboard.
Okay.
Well, talking about
Yeah, that's my
difficult-
excuse.
talking about difficult to fit in and drive stuff. If I'm correct, you were in Mad Max as well, and you drove a bike there that looks like it shouldn't be driven at all. It looks like a truck.
Yes,
It's like a trike kind
I
of
played
thing.
19 characters in total on that film.
Is that one in
I was
Namibia?
going to say, because I saw on your show reel that you sent me, there's like you pop up doing something and then you pop up doing something completely different, looking completely different. And I'm like, that's the same guy, but it's not. And
Yes.
so
I mean, for us, the goal is to get recycled.
yeah.
So the goal is to not let the camera see our face. If we can hide it, not to be like ridiculous looking, so we can get recycled and used again and again and again. But
And I assume it's kind of the more, it's kind of something you said earlier where you said, you know, the more skills that you kind of acquire, you become more probably, you know, employable, the more things you can do because they kind of pay for you as a resource, as a somebody on the team. And you can do all these many things. It's not like you're a one-trick pony.
Tick all the boxes, yeah.
You know, so they'd probably be more likely to put you in a movie and get a good reputation.
Yeah.
And perhaps, you know, pay more than somebody who can just do one thing and walk off the stage.
Yeah.
Because they can get much more value, right?
Yes.
I mean, if you can do 10 different things,
Yes.
they can pay 9 less people. So.
So where did it? I mean, the South African sort of film. There's. I mean, I was drive out in N2. We've got the film studio there. So my assumption is that South Africa is quite due to our, you know, conditions and the rand. It's not.
Correct.
It's a nice sort of good place to come and shoot high budget films at a price.
Yes.
But how did you get into it as a South African? Was it? You know, was it at that verge when more international companies were traveling to South Africa for shooting, and it was just a case of the right place at the right time? How did you get? I know we're jumping around a lot, but there's so many questions like around this. How did you get into this specific?
Yeah, 100%. You called it. So I started doing stunts when I was 6 years old, and I did it on my own with the mindset that I'm going to do this. And when the time was right, I told my mom I was moving to Cape Town to continue my studies as an engineer. And I enrolled, and I think I went for 4 classes, and I got a job on Judge Dredd. So this is me from Knysna. I don't own anything. I've got 5 DVDs on my name, which I picked up on the beach when I was walking. So, and then I just jumped in, and I called a lot of people. Luckily, I had a good resume in regards with kickboxing. I've got a few black belts and also good level gymnastics. So it looked good, but no actual on-screen experience. So to give you a quick breakdown, the one skill that a stunt performer should be able to do is take instruction. Anyone can do stunts. It's just your ability to take instruction. That's pretty much it. So either you have it or you don't. And luckily, I was so hungry, I would have done anything. I jumped in, and they were shooting Dredd, and it was the last few weeks of shooting, so they ran out of performers. And here am I calling, I'm here. And they got me in. I did a quick test. We did a small fight scene just to see my control. And they gave me what's called a bullet hit. So that's usually, if you start in the industry, you get a bullet hit in the background. Go stand there, and then Judge Dredd is going to shoot you. So that's what happened.
Yes, we need you to come over here and get shot. Thank you very much.
And I mean, a bullet hit's pretty easy. You get shot and you fall on the ground, and then you're dead. So I did that. But I noticed there was a table like close to me with a whole bunch of glass, and like it was in the scene where he's infiltrating the where they make all the drugs and stuff. So a lot of cool like drug paraphernalia and stuff like this. So I asked the set dresser, Storm. We're actually good friends now. I'm like, dude, Mike Gordon told me to take a hit. You're on the floor, but I'm actually gonna make it bigger. I'm gonna like flop on your table and hopefully break some stuff and fall down like pretty hard. And he's like, yes, go for it, because he's got more that he can reset. Nice. I thought like, if I'm gonna break this, I need more. And he's like, let's go. So I put everything in that one bullet hit, and I remember taking quite a big knock. But bullet hits are supposed to be like safe. And I did it, and I got up in the court, and I was super happy, and it was a reset, and we had to go back to 1. I'm like, are we doing this again? Man, we did it 14 times. It was a simple fall. It wasn't concrete, but it was okay. man, my hip was bruised. And, and
jeez.
I don't know if you guys know this, but like we can wear protection pads underneath our costume. I
didn't know
I
this.
didn't know this. This is my first day. But before that, I have to tell you
So
guys.
you're used to playing rugby, not American football.
Yes.
You know, we have contact. It's fine. You know.
Yes. Also, being a skater, falling on concrete in the skate parks, it really conditions you a lot. So, but before I got onto set, I go through costume and makeup and all these things. So I find myself in the makeup chair next to Judge Dredd. Carl Urban.
Okay.
And he's a really cool guy. So this is me, kind of like a homeless dude from Neisner. And this guy is having a conversation with me, talking about surfing and like all these things. And I cannot believe I'm right here, right now, next to Carl Urban and having
old
this
were you at that
conversation.
stage?
23.
23. There we go.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah.
So I mean, we've kind of gone down the rabbit hole here because we're excited about the whole stunt thing. But I mean, I think around the intro side, so we did, you know, the Reon. But what do you do today? Like, what does your company do, and what do you do? I think just to bring it back to
action, basically.
Yeah, like what do you actually do? Because you're still involved with stunts and things. You're quite into cars and all these things, you know, kind of what is it you do these days?
What is it that I do?
Except for, falling over glass tables.
My goal is to have adventures all the time. That's pretty much me.
Awesome.
So yeah, for work, I specialize in being a stunt double. That's something that I like to do. I like working with the actors, learning how they move, how I can help them look better on screen. I also work with them in regards with, let's say there's a motorcycle scene, then they would get me and we would discuss what type of motorcycle can we use for this. This is mainly in the Bollywood industry, like I say.
Okay.
I would set up like different handlebars to make the actor look good, because it's actually a big issue in regards with motorcycles and guys on it, or girls, is that the body posture looks a bit like weird and strange. So it's my job, if it's a fighting pose, or if my actor is on screen, and it's my goal to have the actor do all his own stuff. If I can, so I do the prep, I do the rehearsals, I check everything is safe, and then I put the actor in there, and if he can do it, and if he wants to, and
And
if
a first
it's,
prize for him to do it himself.
oh yeah,
For the production.
this is first prize for everyone.
Yeah.
I personally, in my productions, that I don't like to use stunt doubles. So in the same format as the John Wick and the ballerina sequence, the actors, they train for about 3 to 6 months.
Wow.
And it's really because like anything you put in front of the camera, it's got a frequency that it emits. And let's say you put a wooden knife in front of the camera lens. We can totally see that it's a fake knife. Although it looks screen ready, if you take the knife to someone's throat and you want to create tension, you won't. Because subconsciously, we know that is not real. And then you put an actor in front of the lens. This is the most, because I mean, now we're human, this emits a hectic frequency. So yeah, the goal is for me to have the legitimate frequency emitting, and it's very interesting from my perspective because I'm with the actors when they are in very vulnerable positions. So I've doubled Chris Evans, Cap America, and he's a really, really cool dude and super awesome, super pro. But I do see these actors in very vulnerable states. I see the true vision, or a true version of what they are, and
Were they not the PR version, like were they stressing, or they're like, I'm not getting this right, or whatever?
yes. So
There's those details that you're talking about, like, you know, that I think sometimes like one forgets about, like, you know, that feeling of someone pushing a real knife against your throat, as an example. Even if you're acting or not, there's still a level of like, this is a real knife, and that expression comes out in a scene, and that's what makes a movie, I think, or a specific scene, I guess, right? So it's interesting that you mention it in that detail.
You get a lot of scenes like that have come out after the movie come out. You get like a behind the scenes look, And there's like a famous scene where someone was supposed to fake injure themselves or something, and it looked so good on screen, and it looked so real and so authentic, and everyone thought, this guy's such a good actor. And then it comes out afterwards that actually he did injure himself. He really did hurt himself, but these guys are such pros, they just keep going.
Is it Tom Cruise in the one, I think he broke his ankle, and he kept rolling, and in the movie you see him like hopping
Actually
along,
wobbling
and
around.
he was
and
actually...
there was Leonardo DiCaprio, he smashed the glass in, what was that movie?
Django.
He smashed the glass in the scene, and his hand is just covered in blood and shredded, and he did that for real.
Yes, keep rolling.
He wasn't supposed to smash the glass. I think continuity is maybe more of a thing these days, but he probably had a spare.
Very cool.
He didn't do that 14 times, I don't think. Yeah.
No, sometimes you just get gold.
So,
You get the first take.
if I understood you correctly, so there's obviously you, and what's interesting to me that I learned now is that I thought if you said you're a stunt person, it's just you kind of just waiting for people to tell you, okay, you go and run over that glass, or you're going to hang off there. But it sounds like what you're doing more of the time is preparing the actor. You're kind of more a consultant to the actor to get them ready and to get that, and where it needs to happen, you can step in and do something.
Yes, exactly.
But you mentioned also, I think, around the production itself. So do you also kind of produce movies yourself, or what's that side of it? Or?
Yeah, so I was designing motorcycles as a hobby every year. Since I started, I would buy a motorcycle and kind of just like build it up and learn the skills to do that.
What was the first one? What was the first bike?
First one was a Ducati Monster.
Big, eh?
Yeah, I always wanted
That design
Ducati.
is...
Yeah. I think, it was 2018. And then I decided to just take this cash that I have set out to buy this motorcycle and build and modify it. I'm just going to try my luck at writing a short script. And I've had some action concepts idea. I don't know if you guys know the South African superhero. His name is Swartkat.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
obviously.
You guys know him,
What do you mean?
right?
He was my hero when I was growing up.
Swarkaslan too.
What happened here?
Yes. So I also watched the show, and it was a big inspiration for me. And I took the liberty of writing a updated version of him.
How cool is that?
Yeah, so the guy is like 36, 35, and he's been through a lot, and he's still kicking ass. I got to design another motorcycle. He doesn't have a BMX anymore. He's got a kick-ass bike.
A black one, obviously. A black bike.
Yes.
Because obviously...
Yes, it was a BMW R100 Cafe Tracker, so this thing looks like a tank. Yeah. It looks amazing.
So side note, I think I'm maybe a bit older than you, I'm not sure. But when I grew up...
Maybe.
What
do you mean?
I mean,
Wait, how old are you? How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I'll ask you first.
40-something. 45 this year.
Cool.
So when I was a kid, there was this show called Straatvolk. I don't know, it was some dubbed English thing.
Yes.
But it was this bike with this elaborate
a Honda
fairing...
CRF, I think. It was an off-road thing
It was based on that, but it was like...
Yes.
So I've got a pic where I'm 6 years old and sitting on it and my legs dangling off. No, they used to go around the shopping centres and then they'd park it there. Or it was probably some local copy of it, but it looked like it. And you could sit on it and you get a photo of it. And
awesome.
So that was also black. It was kind of the similar like Knight Rider, right?
Yes.
So that would kind of be a good template for that bike.
Yes, also a big fan of Knight Rider. I work with Andy Gill, Fast and Furious team, and his first job was to T-bone Kit. That was his first gig.
Oh, wow.
How cool is that?
And now he's just he's one of the best stunt coordinators in the world. He's running stuff now, but that was his first gig getting into this.
Cool.
Imagine like crashing into Kit as your first gig, man.
So you remade the
Yes. So I teamed up with my friends and some really talented. It was actually kind of cheating because our DOPs, our director of photographies, they do mainly the composition and the lighting, and it's a very special thing to do. If you're lacking a director, then the DOP can totally come in and save the day. Not that our director was lacking, we just had really good directors and writers, and also our DOP. He did black sails at the time.
Wow.
So we had a professional team, and
Nice.
it came out great. Super stoked. We did that in 2019, and that kind of like set us up for what we're doing now. So
Why haven't I watched it yet?
we haven't.
Is it Afrikaans? Swart in Afrikaans? Was it in English?
No, so for licensing, I called it Ninth Life Crisis.
Yo, I like what you,
okay.
see what you did there.
Yes, Ninth Life Crisis.
See what you did there.
But it wasn't meant for a lot of eyes to see. It was purely experimental, and for me to use as fuel, just to see what it is that I could do.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun, and my first like real test of.
I still want to watch it though. because-
It's on YouTube. It is there. It's free to watch. But we've done just experimenting with ideas that we had. So I've always wanted to design my own super suit. So yeah, that was me, because I did the costume, I did the script, I did the production design, and also the stunt double. I was working with the Afrikaans actor. He was on Siem de Laan and a few of these things.
Okay.
It was actually the only Afrikaans show that I worked on. It's called like Villa Rosa or something like this.
Yeah.
So it was quite.
Soapy kind of
It was
Afrikaans
quite
drama thing.
strange. They flew me to Johannesburg, and this light fixture like fell on me. It was super lame. But I got to meet the actor, and I was like, man, you make a great SWAT cut. And we kept in touch, and a few years later I called him up and I flew him down, and we shot it. So a real actor, and we kind of like look the same.
First thing I'm going to watch tonight when I get home.
Yeah.
Is there like, so would you like, let's say for instance you want to develop something like that into a proper gig? I mean, because there's I always said I feel like South African writing and films I feel quite underrated, especially the Afrikaans side. I mean, there's a couple of really good series, a couple of really good movies that probably just because of the amount of people that speak Afrikaans, your audience is unfortunately just not that big.
Yes.
But I think there's sort of like a cult following. So what would it take, just practically, just out of curiosity, if you shoot like a short film, is it a case of some production company or someone with a couple of bucks is just, I really like this, I'd like to fund it? Is that just naturally how it works? Do you pitch it to someone like that? Or how do you, well, maybe let me ask, would you want to do that? If the opportunity comes around, then how would you do that?
Yeah, obviously, I thought about it. And how you would do this is you would create what's called a treatment or a pitch. So you would put all your ideas in a file. You would have a log line. You would have a kind of a script going, an idea of how you want this movie to feel or the series to feel. But at the end of the day, you need the rights. So I didn't pursue it because I wanted to create my own characters, and that is what we've been developing the last 6 years. Is creating our own version of a universe. We call it the Turboverse. So we utilize in this format, in this universe, we have this company called Turbotech Corporation, and it's this company that is set in the future. And in this universe that is taking place in our reality right here, right now, but the technology that we use is from the future, and this allows us to play with physics. So we can have like zero gravity fights and whatever it is. We did another concept very recently. It's called Unity and Savannah. And it's about integrating our racing simulators also now in our films. So we took it was actually for a little fun competition. It's only, so it was 4 people, only 4 people allowed to shoot, act, write, everything.
That's
so
cool.
it's crazy because, I mean, now we have to have a fight. There's a full-on fight, but now there's lights and someone else has to hold the camera. So it really makes you think, like, how are we going to do this?
Wow.
So my concept was everyone is doing fighting stuff and no one is doing car stuff. Yeah. So I've got a Z in the garage. It's there, it's paid for.
There we go. There's Niels nod there.
So yeah, we went in the general roads in Pardon Island in the back. We shot a really cool drift sequence, and
Obviously on closed roads.
yes,
In Mexico.
yes, obviously controlled environments.
Pardon
And,
Island.
And yeah, so we integrating this, and these are two characters, so we slowly like showcasing their origin stories and what it is that makes them special, and telling the stories of the characters. So yeah, we're just like collecting concepts and fuel at the moment
Nice.
to make some big stuff happening. And
That's cool, man.
So just
yeah.
trying to sort of steer back towards cars. Have you ever done like formal stunt driving training and stuff like that? And what exactly does that entail? Because like I said, every movie you work on is going to be different, but there is going to be some transferable skills, like being able to power slide a car and
Yes.
drift around corners and stuff
Yes.
like that. How much of that have you done? Where did you do it? If someone wanted to do it, where can they get into it? How does it even start?
So, my company, Turbo Action. Turbo Action is a production company, so we make films for fun. And then we have got Turbo Tech. So this is the kind of the equipment merchandising side of Turbo Action. And then we have Turbo Training. So this company consists out of 3 pillars basically, and Turbo Training is actually a place where anyone can come to if you want to pursue stunts or precision driving or stunt driving or any of these. We work with different companies that can give you the skills to do that. So yeah, we partner up with companies like Traction and Donnie van Niekerk. Donnie van Niekerk
Yeah,
is
Donnie's big on the stunt scene, eh?
Yes, he's also in the industry.
Yeah.
So they've got like stunt and precision driving courses, and this is, for me, the best way to get into stunt driving or precision driving. For me, it's stuff like drifting or gymkhana or stuff like this.
Anything that looks good on a camera.
Exactly.
Right? Just precision
Exactly.
driving doesn't really help. You
No.
know? It's boring to the
You need
the eye.
flamboyance.
Yeah.
Does your RAV4's bonnet, opening while going at 200 miles an hour? Does that count? Or is that-
Yeah, dude,
I
like
think that was a movie scene.
That was a movie scene.
they pay extra for that stuff.
There we go.
Yes,
There we go.
yes. Yeah, that is something that we have is, we call it adjustments, but it's basically a version of danger pay. And we love that. So whenever we do anything dangerous, we hit the ground, we get like
Okay.
cash like per take.
So
So,
it's a bit like when we did rallying with the old RAV4, and Niku was my navigator. So whenever we ramped with all 4 wheels in the air, or when we almost fell over, I would buy him a Coke afterwards. Just for the extra
It's like
danger.
danger pay, yeah.
Is that it's same thing?
same
pretty
thing.
much.
same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
yeah,
Same
yeah.
thing,
Not less
smaller
pay.
scale.
Less pay, yeah.
Less danger and more.
I mean, we've spoken about stunts, etc., and I'm now curious because I've heard what I know about 2 stuff that you own now that we haven't told the ladies and gents, and we know about the Z.
Which Z is it?
350.
350, okay.
What do you have in your collection?
What cars do you have?
It doesn't matter. He said he's got a 350Z. That's all that matters. Okay.
Is it a HR or is it a?
It's not the
DE?
HR. It's not the HR.
It's a DE.
Yes, it's a.
Oh
it's a
yeah,
standard one.
you're his friend forever.
But it's got a sweet Nismo body kit on, and it's grey. It's super subtle. It looks amazing. I'm super happy about it.
Nice.
They like your cars.
Yeah, I locked the diff. That is all that I did to it. Plenum spacer.
No.
That's it.
That's
and
all
it
you need
goes.
on them. That's
Goes.
all you need to go sideways. That's all you need on them.
Exactly. I don't even have an e-brake. I just pop the clutch for now. But yeah, still learning, and I'll definitely get an e-brake later. If I get more into drifting, it is the goal to get better at it, better at racing, better at drifting, better at precision driving and gymkhana style stuff. But yeah, those are the most, like I would say, the skill set that you need. And this is from my perspective as an action performer, not from a professional precision driver or a stunt driver. But I do double in those things from a stunt double perspective. So I don't necessarily put myself out there as a precision driver. I can, but
You don't focus on that. It's sometimes it's part of what you.
yeah, it depends what I want to do at that stage. I mean, we all choose what we want to do, and then we go into that direction.
So I know there's a big difference between the stunt cars, the hero cars, especially in a big production like Fast and Furious. I mean, those guys have doubles of cars and everything. But I've seen through other YouTubers and people who have bought Fast and Furious stunt cars, some of those cars are pretty rough. And some of them, you know, from outside it looks like a Lamborghini, but underneath it's essentially a frame with an engine bolted to it.
Oh, totally, yeah.
So, I mean, the stuff that you guys were working with, generally speaking, how rough does it get? And how far is the departure? I mean, you mentioned that the Charger was mid-engined. I mean, that's certainly not what it looks like in the movie because you got a massive supercharger sticking out the bonnet. But obviously for balance and for some of the stunts that you're doing, you need the engine in the middle.
No, actually, that was a picture vehicle where they had the engine in the middle. So this is only on Fast 9. That specific Charger was mid-engine in the film, but it had a front-mounted engine in.
Oh, so it was the other way around.
Yeah. They would never. I mean, the amount of fabrication it would take just to.
Mid-mount an engine in that car.
For a better performance for the stunt performer, they would never do that. So. Working again on Fast, I was also part of the chase sequence. I played a few cops and stuff, so I was hanging out the vehicles. And these were, is it Skoda?
Yeah.
Skoda, yeah. So these were real, so we were shooting in Georgia, Tbilisi. They had the Skoda, the real police cars there.
They use Skodas.
And I was...
It's basically like a Golf. It's based on a Volkswagen. It's a Golf/Polo.
Front wheel drive.
Yeah, exactly.
But for that sequence, even on a big budget like that, we didn't have any time with the vehicles prior. Usually they do, but for that specific one, they didn't. And we had to pull fuses to go sideways. Yeah, to get it sideways, but still, like front wheel. Luckily, I was working with the best stunt drivers in the world. And I was lucky enough to just hang out with the machine gun, and that's a ton of fun for us. Is just to.
I've got a question. You mentioned on the realism on that, and one of the things that always irks me in a car-related movie, like if they use a sound on a car that is not
especially
from it.
the bikes.
The bikes. So
Bikes
I remember there
worst.
was a movie once I watched, and it was they used 1200 GS BMWs. And it made a 4-cylinder.
This was Superman.
Superbike sound, yes.
This was Man of Steel.
And I thought, like, why? You just
It's so easy. You have one job. Just
I can give you a
I'm sure
worse
they have lots of
offender
jobs.
than that.
There was probably there's one also where they drove Ducatis and they did the same. There was they did the Street Fighter, the Ducati.
Yes.
What is the hypermotard? Sorry, and they made it sound like an inline 4-cylinder. I'm like, why? Why are you doing that?
Mission Impossible. There was one where they had the Triumph 955s at the end. It was, I think it was the second one, or first or second one, it was that specific poison Chimera.
Oh yes,
It was that one. And he was racing away in this ramping in this Triumph, and it was making 2-stroke noises at one point.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's I think it's a 4-cylinder, like 2-stroke noises.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Did you check the tires next time?
Yes, and then it slicks, and then it's freaking knobblies, and then it looks like a motocross bike that's ramping, and then the next moment it's a
Superbike again.
Yeah.
But I think the worst offender for me was still in Fast and Furious, the flipper car.
Okay.
It sounded like a Formula One car, and then they're like, "Oh no, it's clearly a turbo diesel," and I'm like, "No,
What?
no, it really isn't."
He wasn't involved in that specific episode.
that wasn't.
Are you seriously rating that above the Motec exhaust?
Yes,
basically. Like,
yes, I would put that above the
wasn't the
Motec
first one.
You also weren't involved in the first one where the Jetta pulled up with no calipers on the front. Are you aware of that?
No, Jesse's Jetta.
Jesse's Jetta has no calipers
doesn't
on the
have
front.
calipers on the brake.
No way, man. No way. That's a big bully, man.
So, If you were doing stunts on Fast and Furious and they asked you to jump a Lycan from one building to another building and then to another building, would you say that's maybe a little dangerous? Maybe we can CGI this one. Have you ever, I mean...
As long as the danger pay is good enough.
A long way around the question, but have you ever been asked to do a stunt where you sort of sat back and you thought to yourself,
It's not a good idea.
This is not a good plan, guys. Let's not do this. Or by the time it gets to you, the stunt coordinator's already figured out all the danger and, you know, you're actually quite happy. Because you guys obviously have to trust each other a hell of a lot.
Correct.
If he tells you this is going to work and you just have to get in and do it.
Yes. At the end of the day, you are in charge of your own health and safety.
Yeah.
So we always have the option to bail out at any time. The coordinators that's put in charge, in my experience, are amazing and super professional. I've never been in a scenario. Look, the process usually is figuring stuff out together. So I might...
Because, I mean, you've got to tell him what you physically are capable of
I
doing.
suggest we do it like this and nobody dies and then,
Yes.
you know.
Yes, exactly that. So it's a teamwork procedure, and if the team sees like, okay, cool, like this isn't gonna work like we thought it was gonna work, then we pivot, or we say DG doubles, or like whatever it is solution that we have for that specific scenario. But no, I haven't been in a scenario where I said like, no, I
Somebody's
don't
gonna
want
die
to do this.
today, I'm not
I
gonna
like
do
a
it.
challenge. The harder it is, the better for me. I want to get a challenge that's so hard that I would like to bail out, but I've never.
How do
done that.
you find like the digitalization of, let's say, movies impacting your sort of those sort of aspects? Because there is still, I mean, I guess there's always going to be people also like from a proper movie night will probably prefer more that a stunt has really been shot versus something that's been CGI'd or whatever.
Well, I've seen some AI videos, and trust me, the real thing always looks better.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm also like, is there like a what is your feeling on it? Is it really going to get to a point where it will be a danger, or do you feel like the realm of doing proper stunts, physically doing it in the real world, will always
It's
have
alive
like a
and well.
preference?
So I think it's a little bit subjective. If you like CGI in your films, I know there's a crowd for that. So that's why I say, me personally, no way, man. I'm all about shooting everything for real because I'm from a extreme sports background. So we do stuff for real, and you can see it. There's, like I say again, there's a frequency that action emits. And it's so real, there's no way.
People want to watch that.
Yes.
People want to watch stuff that's extreme or that's hectic. If it's like, oh, that's a computer graphic, cool, you know.
Yeah, so personally not a fan of anything CG except if it's CG orientated, but you can't really fool the audience. They do pick it up, even if it's on a subconscious level. They feel that I didn't enjoy the movie that much, or it was boring, or it was whatever, but it was actually well scripted, well storyboarded, was well presented, but just the stuff that happened wasn't real. So that's enough for me to not enjoy the movie so much. So from my perspective and where I'm going is that I'm 100% going real with everything. And I know it's a big risk, but I do like risk.
But even if they enhance the real stuff with CG.
Sure, invisible CG.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Or if something is literally so dangerous that it physically cannot be done without CG, then I can forgive that. But as you say, the real stuff you can tell. You can just look at it and you can see that they did that for real. But there is also sometimes scenes where you look at something and you go, there's no way they did that. Because if I have to be brutally honest, surfing a truck down a mountain, I wouldn't have thought they did that for real. So, you know, it's quite weird how you can perceive things one way or the other, but it's cool that there are still people who are doing it for real. Because
so, a question regarding a scene, because there's a specific movie that always would be my top scene for anything like an action scene. What would be your favorite scene from a movie? And for me, it's simple: Bullet. Just Bullet in general. The driving and everything there.
Yeah, it's raw.
No weird sounds, no nothing. It's just driving and filming. That's like one of the best action scenes for me. I know it's not fighting or anything, but
I quite enjoyed, and I don't know if it's maybe just because I wasn't expecting it, but I quite enjoyed, and I can't remember which one it is now, but one of the Transporter movies, the opening car chase was brilliant. If you ignore the fact that the car changes from four-wheel drive to two-wheel drive, and sometimes it's, doing things that car genuinely can't do without major modifications. But if you ignore what car it is brilliant. It was really, really
It would have
well
been
done.
so cool if everything was just there. And you wouldn't have...
It just takes a bit away from it. You would just say
Totally.
it's the best scene. Now it's like the best scene if it wasn't for it being crap.
yeah.
But the thing is,
I'm learning.
car
This is
nerds,
like my focus group.
car nerds will ruin a movie like that.
Yes.
Because, I mean,
My
it's-
wife doesn't enjoy it. I'm like,
I don't know if
it's
you...
ridiculous.
I don't know if you saw that
doesn't have a
episode
four-cylinder
of,
engine in it.
if you saw that episode of Top Gear where they had to make the chase scene for that English gangster movie.
Yes, with the Jag.
No, but you have to show them pushing the traction control button. Now, car nerds are like, yeah, he's got to push that button, otherwise he won't be able to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, no one else gives a shit. It looks cool when the Jag goes sideways.
It depends. I mean, it's the same if you look at... I've not watched the movie, but what is the scene of the new Formula One movie that people rave about the most?
I haven't... Don't tell me what happens. I'm still watching.
But it's everyone talks about the opening GT3 sequence. The GT3 race sequence,
Yes.
because it's
Yes.
raw and
Yes.
it makes you feel something, right? It's like
And it's better
actual
racing than
sound.
Formula One.
It's better racing than Formula One, I guess. But that I guess like it's your target audience. That's the same with Le Mans.
All people love that scene.
Yeah, but the movie Le Mans that was made by Steve McQueen.
Yeah, I was
I've
just
never
going to
wa-
say that's my
I've
favorite
never-
scene in a movie is those 24 hours of nobody speaking.
But apparently,
and cars just going.
from a movie critic point of view, I've never watched it. It's not a great movie, but from a car guy
Fantastic
perspective,
movie.
It is because I mean they strapped physical, actual
Yeah.
cars.
Yes.
I mean that's where David Piper lost his leg, right?
Yeah, it's part of the actual. It was in the actual Le Mans 24 hours. A lot of the footage was shot.
Yeah.
They had cars with cameras on. It wasn't like they just drove them around with the cameras on, and the cameras were the size of a person. They actually had them on. Some of the cars had the cameras on during the race.
Yeah,
They
it's just sort
took
of
part in
like
it.
a.
That's a...
And it wasn't.
That's a nice risk
It
to
wasn't
take.
like early 70s, I
Yes.
think.
Yes. I watched it recently.
But
actually.
I think it's something like at minute 51 where the first word is spoken in the movie. or something.
yeah, I
My
enjoyed it.
wife gave up after like 7 minutes.
But
She's like, I'm like,
Steve,
"No, it's
Steve
brilliant,
McQueen was
keep watching."
passionate about it because he raced it
Oh, yeah.
right himself.
Yeah.
So it was, and I guess that's also. I wanted to ask you earlier when you talked about your multiverse that you're creating. Sorry, now we're jumping in, but there's this with audiences at the moment. There's so much content being produced, right? You have so much movies coming out, so much it must be really difficult for you as a creative to find like something that I'm really passionate about this. And sorry to say, but then be shat on from some guy sitting on a couch like, this is not great. Where it's like, actually,
it was freaking
it's
awesome.
it's almost more dangerous to create something for a niche because you slim down your audience so much. So how do you navigate all of that as a creative, basically?
Well, that's the thing about a niche, is that it's usually fueled by passion. So it's not really that hard, but you have to have a packageable, marketable product at the end of the day. You need feet to go into the cinema or whatever it is that you're catering for, if it's streaming or whatever. So you do need some kind of format, but still take enough chances so it's not another thing that we are looking
It's
at.
the copy of something else,
There's not
yeah.
another sequel or anything like that. Holy crap. I'm so tired of the sequels that's happening at the moment. I just want like fresh stuff, like stuff that we haven't seen yet. Like,
Do you think there's still space for that? Sorry. Because there's this argument, in music, there's this thing that all the greatest songs have been written.
Well, songs
right?
have been made. It's just
do you
reruns.
do you think that that's sort of a similar thing happening in films, or you just think that the focus is just wrong?
I think we haven't even touched the surface.
Okay.
We for the last like 120, 130 years, we've been watching certain films in a certain way, but it's only the surface. We can make it whatever it is that we want. We just have to, again, package it and structure it so it's easy for the audience to get. There's always structure when you look at a film in movies. There's typical is the hero's journey that you see the main protagonist, and then they do something that we like him, and so now we're invested, and then now he's making this decision of going on a journey, and then now we're with him. So if you don't have that specific thing, then you must have something else to capture the audience, and it's still a format. It might be 3, 4, 5 acts or whatever, but it's still a specific form. So you can create whatever it is that you want. The stories have been told over and over and over. The only difference is your perspective. This is the only thing that changes, is the perspective from who's telling the story. You can take the same script, same story, and tell the same story from 100 different perspectives. There'll be 100 different movies. So very excited to make my own films from a perspective of a stunt performer with a background of extreme sports that wants to do stuff for real and understands the value in having the right actors in the right spaces. Like Paul Walker is a big one. I think he fueled a lot there, and a lot of us related with him in that regard. So just put the right people in the right places. And take chances and do something else.
So just before we get to Nico's curfew and he's got to go home.
To Nico's question, your garage.
We haven't gone there yet.
Skipped over that.
What is in the garage?
We covered that. What do you mean? Like, there's
didn't cover
an
that.
E50Z in there. That's all that matters. Like,
Care about the heavy topic.
He also has a Datsun, but what else do you
So my daily is a Alfa Romeo Giulietta QV.
And that's it. Thanks for watching.
This,
There we go. The man of culture.
man, I used to collect motorcycles. We recently moved house, and I got a drift car. I got the Nissan 350Z. So I had a whole bunch of motorcycles. So I kind of gave a few away, and I kind of like sold a bunch. I wasn't attached to them at all. They were just like fun projects, and only. And I've got a Runex as well. I love the Toyota Runex.
Now we're getting there.
Wow, I'm very impressed with that car as a daily.
What Runex is
No,
it?
it's 1400.
1400,
man. It's really
So
cool.
one
Like
ZZ
going to and from movie sets. Sometimes it's pretty rough. Like off-road, the Alpha doesn't like traffic or the off-road a lot.
What mileage do you have on that on the Runex?
I've actually no idea. I have no idea.
But that's the cool part. It's not important.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Because
Doesn't matter.
whatever it is,
I
you
do
can
get
put more
offers
on.
for it every day. Every day when I'm going to my shopping, I get offers for it. But yeah, so I can. I didn't know the Toyota Runex was a cool car, but
They're cool cars, man.
Yeah, they're
robust.
really nice. They're really nice. Can't believe I'm talking so much about Runex.
At a point, I loved the Runex RSI. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I need that.
They are
I
cool.
need that thing in my
You can always do
life.
a beam swap though.
Hey.
Always do a beam swap, and it's faster than the RSI.
When we were talking about lemons, I was thinking a Runex would be nice, but they're actually
They're too expensive. No, they're way too expensive. No, they're way too expensive.
They're way too expensive.
Probably going to get more for the
Well,
Runex
any
than
Runex. Any Runex is...
it's actually going to get more for the Runex than for the 350Z at the moment. It's just Toyota things, man. It's Toyota things.
So what I was actually going to ask you, as well as all the stunt stuff and all the production stuff, you guys now also have, under TurboTech, you've got a racing simulator that you've kind of designed and built and customized, and you guys are building these sort of custom experiences within that and using them to produce movies. Or not yet, but you're getting there.
So TurboTech is it's the actual definition for it is stunt department support systems. So yeah, I learned 3D modeling during lockdown, and I started designing rubber or silicon training knives and training guns and stuff like this. So yeah, we provide stunt and training equipment and action apparel, and also because I'm into sim racing and design, I've got a engineering background. So I understand how shapes work, and I understand what looks nice. I design. It's basically tailored experiences for everyone. So we sell complete.
Those 4 engineering classes really paid.
My lecturer would be super proud.
Best lecture ever.
I remember texting him. I texted him. I was on set. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't come in today or the next. That was my last day. And he texted back. He was like, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. So he was stoked.
Living the dream, man. Good for us.
Yeah, he was so happy for me. And I barely knew the guy. Anyway.
Very cool.
Where were we? Oh yeah, the experiences. So, cultivating this experience for the individual who wants to, wants to experience the Need for Speed underground feel, but he wants to have it in a sim experience where the car physics are real, but you want that feeling of highway and traffic and rain, and you want so it's obviously you can do it on a Assetto Corsa, but not everyone knows how to manage all those. It's quite intricate with all the DLCs that you have to get everything tuned in. And so working with a lot of talented people on my team, they engineer these experiences to pair up with specific racing sims. If it's GT, I recently did a one with it's a 1960s Ferrari 330, I think. I can't remember, but it's a vintage Le Mans looking thing, and we paired it with a semi off-road event. We call it the Desert Mayhem. So
nice.
It's really cool experiences that you can do with different versions of cars, and that's one of the things that we do. We sell the chassis as well.
Okay. So is that then, if you talk about the experience like this, like belt tensioners, for instance, or certain rumblers or whatever, you combine it to program that to a specific software package of the car to get the most out of the feeling, or is that?
100%. Okay. So we create what we call push-to-start experiences. So if the client wants that, we can totally set it up. But mostly we find that the haptic feedback systems work the best, and they are for a little money, you can go so far with that haptic feedback systems. You put maybe one in front, one at the back, and it changes everything. The motion stuff. It's fine. You can do it if you are looking for that. I'm not a big fan of motion sims. It just doesn't. It feels floaty, It doesn't.
But it's also not accurate.
No. Yeah.
Because
hydraulics can't react quick enough.
No, but it's not about the reaction. It is if you go around a corner and you're on the side, and you push more into the corner. It's once you're already on the side, you're kind of you can't go more.
Yeah.
So with a car, if you it can't keep on doing
your dynamic range is limited.
The dynamic range is limited. So it's and also I will barf because I get motion sickness. That's the main reason though.
Do you have a sim?
I do.
What do you run? Are you on triple screen, single screen?
Triple screen.
Sweet.
Triple screen, but motion doesn't work.
Awesome.
For me. I tried VR before and I did half a lap and I was
no, same for me. I can't.
No, can't.
I love VR.
I'm happy with VR. I like it.
I'm actually because the one thing that I'm considering to upgrade with is you get the butt kicker, the rumbler that sits under the seat, that or the pedals, and I'm not getting proper sort of feedback from people in the market, if it's worth it or not. But I was thinking, with my rig,
some guys say it isn't.
So it's, I can imagine if you'd get a proper setup, because the one thing in sim racing that I realized that weirdly enough I had to adapt to quite a lot is actually I turn up the noise of the tires.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes.
So now you're learning that tells you more about. You've got the force feedback in the wheel, but the noise is
you need more cues because you can't feel it.
Yes.
So that's what I think it's Verstappen also said that it's more hard because you don't have the full feedback. You have to use the few sensors that you do have. You need to build kind of a mental model of what's
like driving with one eye closed.
Which is weird because the one thing that I noticed when we were on track with the Alphas when I started picking up, okay, fine, of course, when the tire pressure went up, we talked about, is I started picking up, I'm listening for the noise of the tires all of a sudden, and I realized it's because of sim racing.
Yeah.
Like I started feeling
with the juniors.
With the juniors.
Because you can actually hear the tires because they're electric.
Well, there's no engine, so there's no engine noise. So
that car was still impressive for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's weird how you start, like, I think, addressing the certain.
But now I know someone that can guide you on a little bit of feedback on the pedals now.
Yes.
Yeah.
What pedals are you running?
I've got like a mid-range Moza setup, like R9 with this load cell pedals.
Sweet.
So kind of like got into it, got like a couple of years ago, got a proper, but I felt like the best thing is I got a proper aluminium rig.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still running like single screen. I mean, Nico helped me, like, sorted me out through CodePeer with like a PC, and I got just a wider, with a bigger refresh rate. That actually made a big difference. So it's all these little things we do with sim racing that just helps your consistency to feel a bit better. Like switching to 165 hertz refresh, I found I was so much more consistent all of a sudden.
A 60 hertz hurts like your eyes,
right.
and it just...
Yeah. But I'm keen to explore. The thing is, like, it becomes this thing like now, it's like tweaking a car.
It's diminishing returns. It's this, I'm going to spend all this, and like, did it really make such a big difference? Or, you know, and if I do this, I also want to do that.
I showed you the new wheels from Moza, because with my setup, the way I sit,
I'm still looking for that one, but it's not in the country yet.
I've thought about importing it. But the way I'm sitting, my field of view is I can't see my
dash.
My dash. And now Moza's brought out the thing with this mini dash, but you can see your tire temperatures. Because that's the one thing mistake I make. As soon as I start overdriving, I cook my tires.
Yeah.
I see.
So trying to see that as well, like when your temp goes up, or when you start playing with brake bias, to have a visual cue, because otherwise you tweak and I forget what percentage or where I am.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to remember too many things.
There's so many things.
You can also use, if you don't have a button box or anything like that, you can use an Android tablet.
Yes, yes.
And you can get all the information there, and it looks like a button box, and you can have all the info that you need there. So that's also
we do
something
like
to
buttons, though.
that, maybe, yeah.
We're not keen on screens.
Yeah, but it's free if you have it laying around, you know.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True.
And I don't have to spend money on it, and that's also a problem.
If you have three tablets or 3 phones, you can have 3 big buttons. Yeah. He kind of does the same stuff.
E-stop. Okay, ask me about e-stop.
I think we need to sort of draw things to a close. I think Reon's definitely going to come back on the show, because we need to chat to you again. And I think we need to come and check out your sim.
Yes.
And maybe if you're looking to do a little movie production with 4 highly qualified dickheads, we can definitely do some driving stuff.
Cool.
I think we can have a lot of fun.
Induction Noise, the movie.
Yeah.
Induction Noise, the movie. We need to do
the
that.
Supra, actually.
Very, very happy to.
Nicely. You can come drive the hell out of a Supra. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just don't break the engine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It'll be fine. The engine's going to be fine. Please.
It's fine. That'll be so ironic, right?
Please be fine.
I really hope it's not the
be
case.
fine.
But if I must say, like, if you do take it out for the first time and something happens to the engine, I will say, like, that is like, you know.
Don't say that.
No, we're not going to do it. We're going to be positive about it, and then you're going to one use it, swap it anyway.
This Nissan guy was this anti-Toyota talk, eh? What's up
That
with
motor just needs to be, let's say, 2 years, and I'll be happy. If it gives me 2 years, I'll be happy.
That should be fine.
Yeah.
And then it's V8, man.
Then it's V8.
V8.
V8 more.
I'll see motor V8 and put another one in.
Unless someone wants to sponsor it to Jay-Z, but anyways.
Anyway, guys, until then, I think we need to thank you for coming in. It's really cool.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so
Very,
much. This is
informative.
This has been amazing. This is my first podcast, and I can't think of anything cooler than a really awesome car show. Thanks so much, guys.
stuff.
This is awesome.
It's a little bit of a mixed up show jumping around, but I mean, it's just such a fascinating field to be in. And yeah, I think a lot of guys are very envious of what
It's
you do
every
for a
kid's
living.
dream.
Yeah.
Your 6-year-old self's probably pretty
I mean,
proud
it's
of it.
it's like the list of enviable careers is famous podcaster, stunt.
And we're not at the top, so. Well.
Yeah. And then amateur bullshit podcasters. But yeah, thanks a lot for coming in, man. It's
Big pleasure.
been really
Thank you,
fun.
guys. Thank you.
I think we're going to go away and chat about some of the cool stuff we're going to do together. I think you're going to see some cool movies coming out. But yeah, thanks for joining us. And until then,
Do you know what to say?
do you know how we close the show? We
That's
steal
all right.
lines from cool movies.
That's so cool. Classy San Diego.
Your GoPro het gekapt, bro.
Mine niet.
Where's it going?
We can't figure out how to make a GoPro last.
So my GoPro's is my kat. Ek het hom gekoop en alles, maar hy behoort eintlik aan my, maar hy is nog altyd by Nico gewees. Ek het hom gekoop en Nico gaan aflaai. Nico het voor shit drops en
Quite frankly, die manier wat jy shop,
Ek het nie so
die
werk nie.
hoeveelheid kak wat jy al gekoop het en dan